Hello, how are you? Hope you're doing fine. We're doing okay. We had sun the last few days in Iceland, which has been rare this summer. But okay, this will be a short video, but hopefully you'll learn something. You will hopefully learn a pattern you can maybe apply in your games. And you will hopefully learn what I think about patterns and why they're useful. So, I had this game today in the light chess, this position. I was white. Somebody challenged me, have to decline of course. I was white, and the idea came here to me just almost instantly. And it's not because I'm brilliant or because I'm really fast at calculating stuff. It's because a few days ago I was reinforcing a pattern. I knew the pattern before, but looking in this book that I have, let's have a look at it. Chess Analytics, Training with a Grandmaster by F. Stradios Grivas. And I recommend this book. I'm going to give a shout out to this book. Yo man, shout out! Why? Because it's well set up. It has some short chapters with patterns, and the pattern is really reinforced with like 2 and 3 game fragments. Exactly how I would go about it if I wrote a chess book. Very similar to what I did in the pattern recognition videos on chessvideos.tv. Okay, in this book he has this game where he's white and he played b4, and we can imagine that the idea is b5 and rook c6. Black should probably play king f6, he says in the book, but black played rook d4 attacking the pawn, whereupon white replied b5. Black replied rook b4. White attacked the rook, and black just took the pawn. I mean, free pawn, right? But no, of course not. Once you're here, it's easy to see it. But the rook is completely trapped after b4. It has no squares. It's blocked by its own pawn on b6. And the white pawns cover the rest of the squares. And this pawn blocks the 5th rank. So the rook is completely trapped. King c4 takes b5 is coming. White wins the game. Something very similar happened in Max Shane against Gordon in the 4NCL some years ago. Max Shane had been probing around a bit in this position, when finally he sat a little trap with pawn to d4. Black has to take with the c-pawn here. And I'm not sure, probably he will be able to make a draw, but he has to fight. But instead he took with the e-pawn. And this is not a good move. Why? Because Max Shane played pawn to f4. And again, this rook is completely trapped. The trapped rook. It's not going anywhere. And white has a very simple plan. King to here, winning the rook in the game. I mean, this pawn is not going anywhere. We're just going to pick it up. Boom, boom. Nothing happens. King comes over to protect the rook. We don't care. We bring our king to e4 and take the rook. Brilliant. So what happened in my game? I thought immediately, I'm going to take this knight. If he takes with the pawn, I will play b5. Pawn to b5. King to c3 and pick up the pawn. So he made the natural move, rook takes c4. And I just played b5. He went rook b4 and I went king c3 immediately. Now he will do best here by playing rook c4, king b3, and my rook will enter and I will have some advantage in the rook endgame. But he completely fell for it with rook takes b5. And after b4, the game is completely lost, as you know by now. I'll simply play king b3 to a4. He tried to squirm here with e5, but doesn't stop my plan. And after pawn takes, he simply resigned, realizing that my king is coming to a4, picking up his rook. So a useful pattern for you, the trapped rook, and hopefully you understand a bit about how people improve, how they think, how they see things. It's so often just patterns that you have to recognize. And keep watching my channel, and I'm gonna throw some patterns your way that you can hopefully apply in your games. So thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.